Well, for the fourth consecutive season, the Bolts trail a series 3-1 after losing in Sunrise 4-2, and it was a game where they were leading 2-1 into the final 4 minutes. This is a heartbreaker for many reasons, and I don't think it is hyperbolic to say that this could be one of the worst collapses in a playoff game in the John Cooper era. We are talking about a team during the regular season that had 38 wins and 1 regulation loss when leading entering the third period. This is only the second time all year that this team has given up a lead when entering the third with a lead. And they also entered the third period pretty much with a 5-minute power play and didn't even register a shot. They are now 1 for 15 on the power play. They're 0 for their last 14, and it's getting worse and worse as we go along. It's honestly getting to a point where the team might want to decline the power play. And I don't know what to really say about all that stuff. This is a top 5 unit during the regular season. These ebbs and flows happen during the course of an 82-game season, and right now, the Bolts are stuck in the mud, and whatever they've tried to do, it has not worked. You know, Hagel was thrust into that power play unit. He wasn't on the ice for the third, so that is part of it, but still unacceptable. And if the Lightning do not come back to win this series, we will certainly look at the special teams. The penalty kill has certainly gotten significantly better since Game 1. They have not given up a goal since Game 1, but they did lose Game 1 partially because they went 0 for 3, the PK unit that is, in Game 1, and then the power play unit has been terrible. So special teams, really, really bad for the most part in this series. As for the game, you know, the NHL is probably going to do something about either, you know, and or the situation with Aaron Ekblad on Brandon Hagel that knocked him out of this contest, alongside the hit on Zemgus Girgensons by Nico Mikkola, who was actually ejected from this contest in the third. Now, the Matthew Tkachuk one was a bit more debatable. The other 2 hits from Ekblad and Mikkola, those did not look clean. And you got to remember with the Ekblad one, the NHL missed suspending Sam Bennett years ago on Marchand after he took a sucker punch in that series. That video didn't really come out until after the situation was adjudicated. So you want to know that the Panthers are repeat offenders in this process. Maybe not Ekblad, but, you know, he's also coming off a suspension of his own, completely unrelated. But we'll see if the NHL does anything about that. As far as the game goes, the Panthers were the better team. It would have been a complete theft for the Lightning to have won Game 4 and even up the series coming home. The forecheck was just fantastic from Florida. They are a bigger team. They showed it all night long, and it's something that the Lightning are just not built to do. They are not built to go blow for blow with this team, and they have to hope that Florida stubs its toe trying to be too physical, which they did in Game 4. The aggressiveness from the Panthers almost cost them this game, but the Bolts, in surprising fashion, just fell apart. They were tired. The team was tired. Gensel didn't clear the puck well enough in that situation. They gave up the goal, go down 2-2, and just an unfortunate bounce off McDonough's skate to make it 3-2. Bad puck luck there, but there's something to be said about throwing more pucks on net, and that's probably what the Bolts need to do. I'm sure they'll give it everything they got in Game 5, and we'll see if the Panthers are shorthanded in that contest as well. We have to see if Hagel's going to come back as well. But also the Bolts return home as a team that has only won once in its last 9 playoff games inside Amalie Arena. If they're going to come back in this series, they only have to head to Sunrise once and win, but they got to win twice at home, which in the regular season they do well, but in the playoffs they haven't done well. So probabilities state that the Lightning are not going to win this series. They are 1-5 all-time when trailing 3-1, and the last time they did it was back in 2011, and Victor Hedman is the only player who was on the roster back then who experienced this type of feat. Now, when they did it, they actually had to go on the road twice. This time, they only have to go on the road once. So we'll see if that home ice advantage comes in handy. You know, in that comeback against the Penguins in 2011, they ended up winning the next game 8-2. That's sort of the juice that you need flowing into a Game 6 situation against a team like this, where if you throw out game one, it really has been battles just like that. And, we keep going back to that's why you can't just throw away games in a playoff series. That's going to be neck and neck. I'll save my takes on this team when we get to the end of the road. They still have an opportunity to rattle off 3 straight wins and advance in the playoffs. But it just, when you look back on the past few years, the thing that made the John Cooper era, the Tampa Bay Lightning so amazing was their ability to play clutch hockey. You think about all of their moments in a series to come up in the final seconds or to win in overtime. And whether it's been an overtime loss or, I go back to the game against the Maple Leafs a couple of years ago where they were nursing I think a 4-1 lead in the third period and gave that up and lost in overtime. There are just things that have happened along the road here these past few years where you wonder if they used up all their good fortune and puck luck in that amazing kind of 7-year stretch there or whatever it was. So we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Frustrating, I get it, but I do believe in the end the right team probably won Game 4, and it's just unfortunate because the Tampa Bay Lightning had that one in the waning minutes, and I would put my stake into the Bolts nursing a lead going into the final 5 minutes of any game. And it just didn't work out. And that's the way it goes.